food every table, number 5. Every day. It has been,
Moved by Shirley.
thank you, moved Shirley King, second by Deborah Adams. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? The ayes have it. Okay, number 6, discuss and appropriate action regarding 2014 to 2015 instructional plan.
So we've talked a lot of it, Dennis, thank you, Ann. And you know we have a head learner, and I've talked with Mr. Martinez and the head learner and our leadership team, and basically our entire leadership team is head learners because Ms. Escarcega cannot do it by herself, and she has found that she's got to work closely with still me, still Mr. Martinez, and the rest of the leadership group. So it's really not a one-person leadership team. It really is the leadership team head learner and the head learner teacher leader and the head learner career teacher leader. And I think I've had a conversation with them as well. So, I mean, I've said it before, it's like we're finally getting on track. This is the good that came out of this. I mean, everybody's in heaven. People can't believe how good everything feels and how everything's flowing. We started planning. Yes, sir.
It's very transparent to everybody. So whereas before you go into meetings and nobody would know what would come out of it, what's said, it's almost like as if it was a secret. When we're here, whether you're in a teacher meeting with just the head learners, or whether it's a meeting amongst the department heads, everything has to filter down, and everything does. And so I think we've gotten very good. That communication piece has gotten very good at making sure that it funnels out to everybody. And so how does that work? And what does that look like? Well, one way that if we do it and we make sure everyone gets it is through our leader and me notes. So anytime we have changes or anytime we talk about things that are taking place or that are fixing to take place, then we have it in the leader and me notes, and that's an everyday that the teachers need to know to look at their email in the mornings, either at night or in the mornings, and Majargo has it up. This is what's taking place. The other way is that the teachers meet with their teachers, with their group, with their clusters. That information is also being filtered out, and so like to say, the information is no good unless it gets down to the lowest level. And so that's what's taking place. That's a great thing. But everyone is in the know. There's no secrets.
It feels very different. That's what people keep saying. Very different, and they don't know why, and I know why. The information and the fact that we talked about all of this. Everything that's happening, everybody's talked about it. Everybody's had input. Everybody got an opportunity to ask questions. Everybody got, whether they like the answer or not, they got their needs met. I mean, and what I really love is the last day of summer program, Ms. Shields joined the leadership team. And she made a comment, the leadership team is not complete without me. I love the freedom that she felt to do that. She saw what we were doing. She had been asked before probably. But she decided, hey, if they could do it, I could do it. She's working on her PhD. She went through the principal certification program with me. She works in PE, and she's been a really bright source here. But she finally decided she could be on the leadership team and help as well. She'd already been showing leadership. It was just an awesome feeling that she had the freedom to say, I want to help, I can join, I'm available, I'll make myself available to be on that. I mean, that was very powerful for me, for her to do that. And we welcome her, everybody welcome her, everybody been working with her anyway, and that was really neat to happen. Right now, kind of transitioning from Miss Escarcega, thinking she was the only one, to helping her see how we have to include everybody, because she can't do it by herself. She can't do it. And that was my mistake, thinking that somebody, like I wear the superintendent hat and the head learner hat, but she was going to take the head learner hat. I wasn't even wearing the head learner hat. It was so much to do. So just fleshing it out and helping her see that she can't just do it by herself, which she already sees. She bought into that as well. But we still have to have conversations about what that looks like every day. But the instructional plan is the departmentalizing and our improvement plan. It came from all of this that we have to get put together. This is what I was looking for the other day. Ms. Escasega kind of has to take the lead on this. This has all of our, this is what we went to training. 3 years for, 700,000 a year, 2.1 million. We ended up with this. This is our improvement plan. This is what called $2.1 million. But at least we understand it. This we got at the very end. And what you see is, here's our intervention, here's our actions, here's our steps. So everything we do is governed by the improvement plan. We had 3 goals, and this is goal number 1. All of this is for goal number 1. And we spent a whole week. We went to training for 3 days. I trained them. And a day, that's when I had the accident. And I finished the training on the phone. And they finished all of this the last week of school. And we worked on it all summer long. And basically there's an intervention and an action and a step for every action. So some actions will have 3 steps. Some actions will have more. But it's all tied to the intervention. And you know what I think? It all lines up. That's what helped us. We had to ask questions, why are we doing that if it doesn't line up with this? And so we were all involved. It was very powerful. Very powerful. So we just got to get this up because now we got to update it because now we're in the year. We got to check off those things we've done, look at those things we have yet to do, see if we need to modify, and this is our instructional plan.
So the motion is on.
Okay, so the beauty of it is that the teachers are the ones who came up with this. And they work together, they're all collaboration, and they put it together, so.
And all they get is a good understanding.
We get a good
Don't
understanding.
understand steps. I've been in meetings where I walked out clueless. I just sit there and said, what do they mean by that? So when you do, when everybody understands all the steps and why they're doing it, it becomes a part of them. And the more they teach and practice it, it becomes very firm, becomes like a rock.
You get buy-in because they've all taken, they take ownership to what they've created.
Mm-hmm. All right. So we have a
Instructional plan to be
to
approved.
approve. We have a motion to approve the instructional plan for 2014 and 2015.
I move that we approve the 2014-2015 instructional plan.
Second. It has been moved by Shirley King, second by Deborah Adams. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any nays? The 2014 to 2015 instructional plan has been approved. Number 7, discuss an appropriate action regarding 2014 and 2015 contracts. Ms. Albert.
Thank you, Ms. Ann. So what I'd like to do is share with you the contracts that require approval, and I believe we'll be able to put things in Dropbox for review. That'll stay in Dropbox for everybody to review, and I'd like to give you guys time to go through them all to see if you have any questions about them. The first one is OKIOS, and they are now doing our special ed. That used to be our RSH, and that is something that I can walk you through that, but that's required. Special ed funds have to be spent for special ed students, so they are now just replacing RSH, and he had a perpetual contract. So RSH, we believe he is very ill. He stopped providing services to us about, on one side 2 years ago, and Oak Hill stepped in and filled that gap. But now we're starting at the beginning of the year. They took over for them in the middle of the year. And so Oak Hills is Oak Hills Cairo, but Callie Hansen is a certified teacher, and they have been working very closely with our special ed already. And some of the kids you saw graduate, specifically Javier, credit them with him getting commendable on all his scores, his special needs. But when I sat down face to face with him and said, how you get commendable, he said, Dr. Hansen. I was shocked. He didn't mention the teacher. He mentioned the help he was getting from his adjustments and his vitamin D supplements. So they have done a lot of work in the area of autism. And right now, they're filling in for what finished this year with special ed on our ADA money, as well as the IDEA. But we're getting ready for next year, and this is the first year they'll fully have everything, because RSH basically has discontinued service, and the one last staff member they had, you never met her. She's been retired forever. I have no idea how old he was, or is. 80? Really? Well, she's this small, if you can imagine, and she was taking care of her husband, and she came here through Dick. She came here through Dick Horton, and now she's extremely ill. I think she's been put into a assistance. She is in there?
Yes.
And what it is her body is slowly deteriorating because she grew up with an overweight sister in the same room. Mm-hmm. And I guess through her growing up with an overweight sister, it did something to her, and she has suffered, and we didn't know this till now, from anorexia all her life. And so she did not eat. She does not eat. You never saw her eating. And basically her body got to a point where it couldn't recover. So everything started shutting down. And so Connie and Callie got all the special ed keys and everything, went to her house, got all that. She was able to talk to them. This was before she went into assistance living. But now she had to go to assisted living and her husband because she was taking care of him. Then she could no longer take care of him. Hey, Dexter, we're in board meeting. You gonna let us stay? Dexter kicked me out all the time. Yeah, he came and got it. So now, Callie, I've had one. We meet every Sunday. We've done for the last 2 Sundays, and it's so neat because now we have a much more intensive, I think, special ed program. Connie has always been certified in everything, and so she kind of replaced Dee with the special ed support because she knows all the laws, and she's working very closely with Callie. We have a plan where every one of our special ed kids will get an hour of support every day. Because we got rid of high school, we don't only have 33 kids in special ed, we only have 17. And Callie hired an interventionist to work just with special ed. We've never been able to provide that before. It's not a pullout, it's still in the classroom, but he's there to help that kid one-on-one or in a small group. So we've been planning and meeting, and it's been wonderful to see what more we can do for our kids. That's the RSH contract. Lorana, you have any idea what those numbers are going to be on special ed, ADA?
Unless our numbers change.
They did. They went half, 33 to 17. High school is gone.
Oh, so
Is it probably going to cut in half?
yeah,
That's what I told her.
probably go down to about 50,000.
On her side, for her side? Or the whole 100%? She only gets 52%?
Oh, yeah. Well, that's less than that.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
So there's probably going to be from about 60 or 7, and at the highest, we were at 100,000, probably, to about 30 or 40,000. And then IDEA is 66,000. So all of that money has to be spent on special ed and for special ed kids. We have never, ever hired a special ed teacher. The laws regarding special ed are horrific, and special ed teachers aren't even able to handle the law. They're just a special ed teacher. We've always contracted it out. Always. And it was always with Dick Horton, RSH, before he got EO. And so Callie's come in and That's the contract for special ed that she's looking at. That's one contract. And then the only other big one I could think of, well, there's a couple coming up, but we're going to finish with the architect. Not the architect, but the construction. Demolition we're going to get into, but we're about 15 days away. They just finished the asbestos removal, and now they can tear it down. And so they're going to do their stuff on the weekend. But then it's time for the construction contract to kick in. So we're not ready for that one yet because we need to finalize that one with the architect. But that's coming up. Not asking for approval for that one. The other big one is basically Pablo. Pablo's contract with the school and with APP. He has 2 contracts with Youth Empowerment Services. One, he's our tech guy on the tech side, and the other one he works with APP. So he has a contract through the APP grant. If you remember Loranda talking about